Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 28th, 2021, and I'm coming to you for the second time for the Tuesday live stream. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're safe and you're healthy and happy, right? Obviously, we're in the business of making money, but mental health and wellness is first in everything that we do, right? I'm on the Bitcoin chart right here. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart because I want to have a quick look at the action. So we're going to get into the big question: will we bounce, right? When will we bounce? We've been in a downtrend, a heinous downtrend since yesterday, it seems, right? Yesterday, the 27th. Well, I'm in UTC here, but basically we've been in a downtrend for approximately, wow, it's almost 30 hours now. And yeah, we've just been going down and down and down and down, and morale is quite low. People are thinking it's over, we're going to nuke. So we're going to look at if we're going to bounce. If so, where will we bounce? Where's most likely place we can bounce? Where should we look to in terms of upside targets, right? It's likely that we bounce somewhere in some measure, because you can't just keep going down forever, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to look at. We're going to focus on Bitcoin today. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet. So let me check and see who we have, if we have anyone in the chat. All right. And yeah, leave your questions, comments, whatever, and I will get to them in a bit. So, looking at Bitcoin again on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we have a pitchfork pattern. Okay, now we have these patterns play out sometimes in 2 and 4 wave corrections, in downtrends. So it's important to distinguish these reversal patterns at the bottom from the reversal patterns within sort of intra-wave, within a downwards pattern. And hopefully this is not a 4-wave or anything like that, and this is going to be the end of the trend. So we see here, looks like we have some kind of ABC pattern, right? Looks like it, right? You have some sort of impulse, you have a pause, but the thing is, with this pause, you don't have much sort of upside. It didn't retrace by much at all, right? It retraced just to the 236, which leads me to believe that this is just part of the wave, okay? And this is just kind of a stop. But remember, let's zoom out a bit, okay? We're on the 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the hourly time frame. What I said this morning in the daily Bitcoin update was that I thought that this was an A wave, okay? And this is a B wave. If that's the case, then this part of the B wave is fully impulsive. It's 5 waves, okay? So if we can suss out 5 waves from here, then we should be good for an actual reversal, because I'm seeing, again, 1, 2, 3, A wave, 1, 2, 3, B wave, and then if we do get reversal, we get a C wave that's fully impulsive, finally going to our targets. That's what I'm seeing. Now, where should we get the bounce? That's the question, okay? If this is right here an A wave, right, we take our Fibonacci retracement tool, we measure from the bottom of this to the top, we see that we're kind of in between the 618 and the 786 retracement, okay? And that leads me to believe, and this is why I have that alarm here, that leads me to believe that we may need to come down a little lower. Why? According to Elliott wave principles, a zigzag correction is when the B wave retraces to between the 0.5 and the 0.618 levels, okay? So the B wave ends around here. Then you get your A, B, C, okay? But your bounce can't happen here. This is like a no man's zone for a bounce. I don't know why, but you know, according to Elliott wave principles, the bounce either happens here between the 0.5 and the 618, or here between the 786 and the 1618. Okay, so I anticipate that we have to come to at least the 786. This is why I put the alarm at the 786. Okay, which would then sort of indicate that this is not a reversal place, right? This is not a place of reversal, even though we do have decreasing volume, right? We're in a downtrend and we have decreasing volume in this move. This may just be a temporary stop for more downwards price action, because again, we're between the 618 and the 786 when we need, if it's a flat correction, to come to at least the 786 for it to be a viable flat correction. So in terms of answering the question, where will we bounce? I believe that Bitcoin bounces, if we don't bounce here, and again, I don't think we're going to bounce here, although this is a reversal pattern. We can see it on the small time frame. You're printing, you know, your quintessential reversal pattern here. A wave, B wave, right? And you're coming in for C wave. We could bounce here, but then I wouldn't know really why we're bouncing here and not at the 786, right? I would have to, you know, maybe I'm reading something wrong, but from my read, again, on the larger time frames, if this read is correct, I guess that's the that is the qualifier. If this read is correct and this is indeed an A wave and this is indeed a B wave, then this has to come to at least here for a flat correction. If it didn't come here, if it doesn't have to come here, it should have stopped at the 618. Kind of like what we see in Chainlink, I believe. I haven't looked at it in a few hours. I've been in a meeting, but I believe Chainlink was Chainlink had not yet breached the 618 level. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So in any case, I do see a bounce relatively soon for a few reasons, and let me go over them now. Okay, I don't think, some people are texting me, I have friends texting me asking, hey, is Bitcoin going to nuke to 40,000? I don't think so yet. I don't believe so. And here's why. Here are the main reasons why. First and foremost, we know that so let's pull the Fibonacci retracements on this wave down, okay? This, what we call this wave 1, this Elliott wave 1. And we know that it doesn't have to be perfect, but we haven't even touched the 382, okay? Like, we haven't hit the 382 yet. And we know that the minimum retracement for a 2-wave is the 382. So technically speaking, we cannot yet nuke because the retracement is insufficient. The minimum retracement is insufficient, okay? That being said, were we to hit the 382, yes, it would be fair game. But I anticipate that we come in this region somewhere between the 0.5 and the 618, in this sort of level of resistance. So between 55.5 and 58.5. I still believe that Bitcoin is looking to retrace there, okay? And this wave, just, circling or kind of backpedaling a little bit in my analysis, this wave, this downtrend that we've been in, it's been impulsive, right? And it's 9% in Bitcoin. And if it's 9% in Bitcoin, it's probably double digits easily in the alts, okay? We see impulsive price action. You can mistake impulsive price action for being, part of the larger downtrend, okay? Part of this larger downtrend here, right? Because this is impulsive. But again, I don't believe that this is the same as that. I believe that this impulsive price action that we're experiencing is part of a B wave. Let me zoom in. That this is a B wave, and so this is the C wave of the B wave, okay? And that again is why I'm thinking that this is the B wave, the C wave of the B wave, okay? So little c, whatever, C parentheses. And so we're going to get our impulse to the upside, okay? We are going to get it. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Doing a volumetric analysis, we can see that, let's just go on the 8 hour and see some volume. Do you see, we've been kind of declining in volume, right? We've been going sideways, declining in volume. That's a telltale sign for consolidation, okay? Obviously, you can get a breakout and then volume can follow the breakout by increasing, but it's likely that, with this volume increasing, volume kind of decreasing, we are still in the two wave. It's going to continue up with decreasing volume, and then we're going to see a rise in volume once we break back down, back into the impulse to the downside. Okay, that's what I'm seeing in Bitcoin. And likewise, if you pull some altcoins up, I've been looking at VRA quite a bit. I've been looking at Chainlink quite a bit. So let's do that, right? Here we go in VRA. Let's go on the hourly time frame. Again, I'm seeing an A wave here. I'm seeing a B wave here. And I'm seeing one more leg down in that B wave, to be quite honest with you. Right? This looks very clearly like a two wave. Let's see if it counts as a two wave. Let's measure it from the top here to the bottom. Yeah, we touched the 382. It looks like a two wave. This looks like wave 4. So I think we're in wave 4 in Bitcoin as well. So I think there's one more leg down. And it's consistent with my analysis that we need to at least touch the 786 before we need to hit the 786 before let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I just closed something. I was actually in a Bitcoin long. I had just gotten in a long, but a little prematurely, okay? And because I don't think that this is a reversal point, I think this is a wave 4. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be the reversal point. And I'm sure if we look at it using our retracement, let's say that this is A and B, right? This is B. B's not finished yet, okay? And let's measure this really quickly. Take from the bottom of A, and you see that, well, in veracity, one of two things can happen. We can have a kind of truncated fifth wave and respect the 618, but if we don't, we come to at least the 786, okay? And that's probably most likely. We come to at least the 786, make this ABC a flat correction, okay? Do you guys see that? That's what I'm seeing. And then you get your reversal here, and then you finally get your impulse to the upside, okay? Now, where are these impulses going? That's the question everybody wants to know. Let's say we do reverse, okay? Some people don't believe that we're going to reverse. Everything reverses eventually. But let's say we do reverse. Where are we going to go? My original target for VRA was 5 to 5.4 cents. Let's see if that's still consistent. Let's keep with our assumption that this is an A wave. Trying to get the magnet to comply. Okay, A wave. Okay. And then let's do a retracement of the B wave. Okay, let's see. If the B wave ends around here, you see between the 1 and the 1,236 would land around 5 cents, 4.7 to 5 cents, okay? So that's relatively consistent with what we had before, okay? So that's VRA. Let's go back into Bitcoin for a second. And Bitcoin, as I said, we have to at least come to about 46.8, right? Where the 786 is, for this to be a valid flat correction, right? You can't have reversals between the 0.618 and the 786. Power of technical analysis. It's just, those are the rules. So yeah, I do believe that this is a... Thing is, if this is a wave 4, okay, then what is this? That's my question. Because the retrace of this is insufficient. If I measure from the top of this wave down to the bottom, the retracement's insufficient. That's one thing that's bothering me. An insufficient retracement. I don't know what to make of that. Unless this is wave 2, I need to go in smaller time frames. Let's go in the 5-minute time frame, see more definition. Let's auto this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so it's just been down, 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 down. I guess this could be right here. Your 2 wave. Hardly a... Let's see. Let me turn the magnet off. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. This would be... If this is the bottom, it's insufficient retracement. If this is the bottom, insufficient retracement. This is the bottom, insufficient retracement. If this is the bottom, insufficient retracement. I don't see anywhere where you have a viable 2 wave. So I don't really know what to make of this impulse. It's like down only, okay? However, this does look like what you see in a reversal. I wouldn't be surprised if we started going up now, but like I said, we're kind of in no man's land. So there's two conflicting things. One, we can reverse now just by looking at market structure. It looks like we're in a reversal, okay? Looks like we're in a reversal. But then looking at, you know, the whole idea being between the 0.5 and, or being between the 618 and the 786, I don't know if it's likely. But anyway, let's say reversal happens relatively soon, and this is, just looking left, good support. There's a lot of price action here to serve as good support. So this could be reversal. But I don't know what to make of the 618 violation, because it's quite a substantive or substantial violation. If you take this as being the bottom of A and B retraces quite a lot. Let's see. B retraces about 1% below the 618, okay? Is it possible it didn't breach the halfway point between the 618 and 786? So maybe this is viable, okay? I like this W sort of reversal pattern. I like this for reversal, you know? I would long that. But I just, you know, I'm not comfortable with the fact that we're not yet hitting the 786. But it may be sort of that we didn't completely violate the 618. This may constitute a wick on larger time frames, an acceptable wick. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm a little torn, and I got out of my long in a little bit of profit. I'm in another link long that I'm gonna stay in because I'm well into profits, and the position is very strong. But to get it back into a Bitcoin long, I'm going to need to see a one wave, and then I'll get back in with the two wave retracement. That's what I'm gonna look for. I'm not gonna look for the bottom. I'm just gonna look to make a safe entry there. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Now let's finally go to Chainlink. And Chainlink has actually been performing quite well, uncharacteristically well. I say uncharacteristically because during what people call this bull run, it hasn't been a good performing asset in terms of, you know, its positive price action. Here I'm looking at this retracement. It looks almost picture perfect in terms of its retest. Okay, you break out and you retest. That's it. Nothing more. It's not a big deal, right? It's not like, you know, the sky is falling. I think this looks really nice for continuation to the upside. Okay, again, I'm still in this long in quite a bit of profit. This to me is an A wave. This is a B wave. Here, let's see. Maybe the B wave is this. But I don't know about this part of the B wave being so high. Let's see. Is that yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, that breaches the 1618. I don't know about that. This would have to be a zigzag. Okay, but is this a 0.5 retracement situation? Let's see. Let's turn the magnet back on. Yeah, no, we're retracing to the 382. I don't really know what to make of this as being a standalone B wave. This just looks like an impulse. And if that were, I feel like there's missing parts, and I think I said that this morning. A B wave needs 3 waves, okay, and this is insufficient to be 3 waves because the retracement in this middle is insufficient. So if this is the A of B, we need something like this, okay. That's what I'm seeing in Link. I can't imagine that this is sufficient as a B wave to. If this were an A wave, right? This is insufficient as a B wave. You need more components for completeness. But yeah. Again, my targets to the upside for Link haven't really changed. Again, I don't have a full B wave there, so I'm not going to use that as a measuring stick. But my original targets were using this structure, what I call an A wave, and all of this sort of consolidation as B wave retracement. And so between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6, which would be confluent with this activity here, basically between 25.4 and 27.3. That's where I'm looking to take profit for Link on my long. It could go even a little higher, but that's likely in my estimation. Let's see. Hey everyone. Hey Steve. Hey Frederick. You guys have any questions? I mean, you guys know the deal in terms of the larger. I don't know why nobody's seeing this really. Like, you know, and I shared this before in a video, so I guess we can touch on it briefly here. But the Bitcoin index chart, and I think everybody saw or had a look at it because I shared how to access it on TradingView. But basically, you type in BTC USD :index, and you have it. And this, I mean, this is mind blowing, right? Like, what are the implications of this? I think this is what I want to touch on during the live stream. And by the way, the daily updates I'm gonna try and keep a little shorter because I've noticed on the back end, on the YouTube back end, that people aren't really into watching videos that are longer on a daily basis. So I'm going to reserve, like, you know, my deep analysis for the live stream, and I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet in the daily update, and just, like, you know, give you my view, right or wrong, and just you know, quick and easy. Anyway, let me erase all this. But this really blows my mind, you know. I hadn't seen this for the longest, and, you know, it's been a journey learning Elliott wave theory. You know, I've been studying it for years now. It's crazy how crypto is like a hyperbolic time chamber. Time seems to flow differently in this space. Feels like just yesterday I picked up my first Elliott wave book, but now it's been years, and I've never seen this chart. But just looking at this chart, I think it's clear. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we all know how challenging it is to read Elliott waves as they're developing. But this looks as complete a chart as any to me, right? And this looks like a break of structure. This looks like a B wave. And what really sort of jumps out on this chart, and why this can't be kind of a continuation, and I've mentioned this before, so apologies for the reiteration or the repetition. It's this right here. This March crash, or yeah, it's March crash, makes it so that this right here is not a wave. And this is why this right here, BitBoy and most other people in sort of Bitcoin's mainstream, most analysts actually, I'm not going to pick on BitBoy, Most analysts say, oh, this bull run's just not as impulsive as the others. It's because we're not in a bull run, right? Higher highs and higher lows do not a bull run make. Higher highs and higher lows just mean bullish price action. But we haven't been in a bull run since 2017. 2017 was the actual last wave. That was wave 5 in my reading of it. And so everything that we've gotten up until then has been part of this B wave, which is good. Higher highs and higher lows, but that's not parabolic price action that we've experienced in the past in 2000. First, obviously, in 2010, and then again in 2011, and then finally again in 2015, right? From 2015, 2017. We've been in an up-only mode, and this is why I think this is the issue with crypto and people analyzing crypto. And this assessment of, you don't really have to know what you're doing. Just dollar cost average, and you'll get where you're going. It doesn't really matter how you get there, but you're going to get there, and it's an up-only market. So, if you haven't made money in, being in crypto in 4 years, then, you're doing it wrong, because everything goes up, and that's true. It has been true, but it doesn't necessarily mean, and we all know, for those of us who study these markets, that doesn't always work. You have these periods of correction that you need in any healthy market, right? You have 5 waves up, you need 3 waves down, right? And so if this is A, B, you're gonna need a C. You just do. And that's okay. There's still ways to make money. And so the implications, right? We all know this analysis. Most of you guys who are joining this stream know this analysis. I'm not going to bore you in regurgitating it. The implications are that you should only focus, knowing this, having this knowledge, you should only focus on projects with lots of funding, right? Because a lot of projects are not going to make it. People are under the assumption, and have built companies and consultation firms and YouTube channels on the premise that this up-only price action is not going to end. Understand that. Like, people have built their entire careers in crypto under the premise that things are only going to go up. So it doesn't really matter what you invest in, as eventually it's going to go up. And you're not really going to lose too much value because things just go up, right? They may lose 80 to 90% of the value, but, balance of probability, you're going to make it eventually. And that's true still here. But we've never had a downturn like the one we're facing if this analysis is correct. And that's why I'm saying only choose projects with lots of funding, like a Polkadot, like a Luna, like obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, things that have foundations, things that when the market tanks and price goes to nothing, they still have enough to pay their developers. They still have enough to keep the project going. This is what I would really focus on, because I'm gonna be honest. If there are projects that didn't make it in this bear market and that bear market and this bear market, what is going to happen in projects that go that experience? What did we say? We're gonna go. The analysis was going down to 33. Right? That's the first drop. So first 95% drop, and then a bit of a bounce, and then that drop after getting back into 5 figures, low 5 figures, we go back down to under 100. So a 95% drop, a bounce, and a 100% drop. Lots of people forget projects, people are not going to make it, unfortunately, right? They're not going to make it in this space. Hopefully nobody's, is going to think of the unthinkable, but they're not going to stick with crypto. They're going to say it's a scam and everything like that. So I would focus long term on projects with lots of funding. Again, things that have foundations, like Ethereum Foundation, like Cardano, they have a foundation. There's money that's built in that they can fund their activities even when they're not experiencing positive price action. That's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do, definitely formulate a plan to find ways to make money in downtrends. So stake stables, okay? Either with centralized financial protocols or decentralized financial protocols, right? I personally am right now leaning heavily towards, and look at Bitcoin right now. All right. It's bouncing. Let's see. We were in the 600s. Now we're in the 700s. Anyway, I'm thinking of going into UST. UST is the Terra stablecoin, right? That's Luna's stablecoin. And that is the biggest decentralized stablecoin. And there's a thing called Anchor Protocol where you can earn 20% APY, and you can get insurance on it. So I'm looking for low risk, relatively good rewards. So 20% on my big bag of stables would be okay. It's not the best thing in the world, right? It's not like doing sick gains in a market where you're like 5-10xing or anything like that, but it's better than nothing, right? Just as a holding. And then obviously, continuing to trade small amounts and increase my gains in trading up and down. And then in terms of centralized finance, obviously my go-to is Celsius, but there's also BlockFi, there's Nexus. There's a lot of different centralized protocols that you can earn yield on, and that's usually capped at around 8-9%. But that's going to fluctuate. The thing with Anchor Protocol is they're keeping it around 20%, and it's an algorithmic stablecoin, so it's kind of built in, and they have kind of a fund and a means to try and keep your gains to 20%. So we'll see how that goes, if that works. But we're talking again about a project, Luna, that has a huge foundation, that has a lot of funding, and they're big. Anchor is one of many protocols that they're running. So that's pretty much going to be my play. Again, with insurance. I think I'm going to choose Insure Ace because Nexus Insurance is sold out for Anchor Protocol. So those are the two things that I would do given this knowledge. And again, a lot of people don't have this knowledge. And in technical analysis, usually, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but usually, if not a lot of people are saying it, that's another kind of way you can kind of guess that you may be onto something, right? The herd is typically wrong about long-term analyses. And most people think we're still going to, reach all-time highs. And and then another portion of people think, as I thought before, that, we're going to go to 30K. But just look at this chart. There's no way we stop at 30K. There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Just draw it out. It doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense, right? Like, what is that? Right? Especially given the understanding that this is a B wave. And why does this have to be a B wave? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. It's because I didn't kind of explicitly state it, but this March 20 drop makes this a B wave because the retracement is beyond the 618 of this rise. Okay, that's why this can't be a wave. I didn't sort of explicitly state that, but that's kind of the implication of why that March 20 drop invalidates this as being an impulse and makes this a wave. And so right here we just formed an A, B, C, as you all know. So that's kind of my implications for this new knowledge that we have given this chart. And, thank you, TradingView, for providing this Bitcoin index chart. You should have done it sooner. March 2021 was a bit late for this. I wish I would have had this earlier, but better late than never, right? If you can say that, I'd rather have it here than somewhere down there, because this is going to be a nuke, right? If we think that a 9% drop is something, right? Just wait until it starts correcting down. And just even for the A wave, before the B wave, and then that C wave, oh my God. Ooh. Right? So I don't wish it on anybody, but, this is why investing without doing technical analysis shouldn't be legal. I mean, it's not legal. Everything should be legal in terms of investing. It's your money. You can do whatever the hell you want with it, but it shouldn't be recommended, right? Even if you DCAing on this should be highly recommended against, right? I have even told people, like, look, if you don't know how to read, you're chart illiterate, just DCA. I don't recommend you do anything else. Don't try to time anything. But then I would not recommend that. Like, trying to DCA in this is absolute madness. It's depressing. It's not a good idea. I would just say, if you don't, I don't know what I would say. I haven't thought about it. So that's another implication. When you tell your friends and family what to do in terms of investing, if they're chart illiterate, I don't know what to tell them, to be honest. Sean Sully, you gonna try looking at PYR today? Yeah, why not? Let's have a quick look. And after that, let's just call it a stream. I'm gonna try to keep this under an hour. So PYR, Vulcan Forge, where are you at? Here you are. Let's go on a 15-minute time frame. Off the log, do an auto. Okay, so for PYR, again, my best analysis here is this. Actually, let's go on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is definitely a break of trend. Okay, that is unmistakably a break of trend. Whatever it is, that's first and foremost break of trend. So this was an uptrend. This is a break of trend. So whatever's coming after is going to be a downtrend. Question is, do we still have a retest of some sort before resuming the downtrend? All right, so that's first thing. Now let's go on the hourly time frame. I'm seeing that this is clearly an impulse. Okay. And it may even be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 situation. And let's just take the retracement tool to see if that's even valid, because that 4 wave seems gargantuan. Let's see. Come on, give it to me. Let's see. It has to start here, because that, you see, you can't start here because this comes up too much. This would retrace beyond the 618. So if there were a downtrend, it would have to start here. This would be your starting point. And this would probably be your 2-wave retrace right here. Right here. So just taking this. Oh, no. I just said it wouldn't be here. It would be from here. Okay, yeah, I think that's legitimate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is in there somewhere. 5. Okay. Now what's kind of not sitting well with me after this 5 is okay. I think this is our 5 waves down, okay? And then this is A. A usually retraces to around wave 4, so that would be consistent. Okay. Then you get B, and this was C. Whatever the hell that was. That was a failed breakout. This is what I'm seeing here. That would have taken you. There was something happened fundamentally here that changed this price action. Left to its own devices, we get something about here, a retrace, and then further downside. Something happened around between the 7th of December and the 12th of December. No, something happened around the 7th of December in Vulcan Forge. Something happened that caused this C wave to fail, the impulse in the C wave to fail, initiating another correction. That's why this chart is so difficult to read and so messy. Because there was a fundamental factor that changed what we could expect on the balance of probability. That's what I'm seeing. And since then, it's just been a series of corrections. Okay? But the target for this, when it's all said and done, is at minimum, where did we say was number 1? Let's see. Here, right? The target for PYR is at minimum Sorry, I'm trying to get the magnet to snap. Let me turn the magnet off. Magnet is so annoying sometimes. Okay, minimum $26 and at maximum $32. That's what I'm seeing with PYR. It's funny, you can look at it sometimes and not be sure about it. But we got that. We even got past that. Yeah, I don't know about that. What doesn't make sense about that analysis is these retracements beyond the 618. In which case, this may be. Let me turn the magnet back on. This may be 1 here, the start of 1. This may be A, B. This may be top of B, and then C starts here. And if that is 1, let's see. Okay, that works. This works. This is your 1. This is your 2. That's your 3, 4, 5. Okay? So we can take our Fibonacci retracement tool from the top of here to the bottom of this. Now let me turn the magnet back off. Okay, and yeah, you've pretty much done it. Right here, you got your A wave, your B wave, your C wave. You came up pretty much to your maximum retracement. This was the top. I don't see us regaining that level. PYR came to about 35.65. I don't see it coming back to that level. It may. Why? because if this is one wave and this is a two wave, this may just simply be a complex two wave correction where you get a W, an X, A, B, C, a Y, an X2, and a Z. But then you should get an impulse up, okay? Because the correction needs to be counter trend. If the trend is down, the correction needs to be going up. Unless here's the other more likely scenario, okay, with PYR. This ABC was your two wave. That was your two wave. Everything you get after this is first one, A, B, C. That's the start of your impulse. Down. Right there. And that does look impulsive right there. Okay? And this right here, all this stuff is your two wave down. Your resumption of trend. So PYR, and this is more likely, I think, than what I just said. PYR is 2, 3, 4, 5. May retrace to a maximum of $27. Maximum $27. Minimum retracement may come back to $23.66. I think that's more likely. I'd be surprised if PYR broke 27, the 618 basically of this, so around $27. That's it. I've looked at PYR for a few days now. Obviously, I'm not losing sleep over it, but just having looked at it a few times, that makes most sense to me. And this, this is why I think. This is what I think with PRR. That it's already in its downtrend. And it's in the two wave of, it's in the different two wave. It's in the two wave of its impulse down, and it just hasn't nuked yet because Bitcoin's keeping it in its complex correction. So that's what I'm seeing with PRR. Oh, so PYR was hacked on the 7th, you say? So Steve says, where do you think, what would be the minimum value for BTC or Link would retrace to in terms of fib? 382. Always. 382 is the minimum retracement. And I think I mentioned that we haven't yet technically reached the 382. So where's Bitcoin? What's Bitcoin doing? Oh, it came back down. Like I said, it's got to hit that 786 because you can't be half pregnant. It's either a flat or a zigzag. If you want it to be a flat, you got to give me a 786. So it's got to come down to 4677. Minimum retracement, Steve, very simply, you go on your 4-hourly or large time frame. Let's just remove all this stuff. So large time frame, you take your Fibonacci retracement tool from the top, turn your magnet on. Top to the bottom, right? Yeah, that is the top. That is the bottom. Am I seeing things? I feel like on another chart we didn't hit the 382. But on this chart we are. Was I in log? Maybe I was in log. No, that wouldn't make sense. Maybe I was in a different chart. No, I was using this chart. I'm pretty sure. In any case, the 382 is the minimum retracement, right? And we hit that on this chart. So around 51.7, right? The A wave hit that, B wave. But here, see, what I don't like about this, and I think I said this morning, is that if your A wave comes to a certain point, your C wave should retrace that. The A wave, B wave, the C wave should go between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6 of the A wave, B wave retracement, right? And here, let's just say you're treating this as A, B. Let's just say you were treating this as an A and B, right? And you weren't exactly sure what all this was. Like, this is most likely an A, B, C pivot, right? But let's just say you're not sure what that is. You take out your Fibonacci extension tool from the bottom. Here, let's get rid of this. From the bottom of this A wave to the top, retrace bottom of B. You see that your 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6 fall between 56.342 and 58.935, okay? So let's just put some lines here real quick. Okay. Just to hold the place. And then we're going to get rid of this Fibonacci extension. So that is balance of probability where the C wave should end up, okay? Let's say it's a shallow C wave, right? 54K, shallow, right? Sometimes you see these C waves retrace to the 786, but more likely, more often than not, it's between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6, okay? So this is why I'm saying the 382 retracement is insufficient, right? And now get your Fibonacci retracement tool once again from the top of the downtrend all the way to the bottom, and you see that this 786 would take you to the bottom of the 0.5 fib, but, and I know it's a little hard to see, but basically the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6 are basically between the 0.5 and the 618. And on the balance of probability, those two waves end up between the 0.5 and the 618. This is why, probabilistically, it's very likely that we end up there. How? Not exactly sure. But that we end up there is likely. Very, 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 very likely. Okay? That's why, I've got a big bag. And, I'm being very cautious. Obviously, technically, because we hit the 382, we can nuke, but it's very unlikely, given a number of things. But that's one of the main reasons, because that C wave is likely to come between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6, and sometimes we see it shallow between the 7 to the 786. But that's what we see. So it looks like we are getting our wave 4 retracement. But again, I don't know how to count this impulse down here. It's just, I don't even know where the 2 wave is. In any case, there does seem to be more downside price action, like I said, because we need to hit that 786. So, all right. If there are no more questions, I think we can end the stream. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Sean. That's useful information. But yeah, PYR is. I haven't done too much research on it, but I hear it's a decent play for metaverse and gaming and stuff like that. But again, knowing what we know now, basically with the understanding that we have about the market at large with our full Bitcoin chart, I wouldn't touch most of these projects. Even my pet project VRA, I don't know what they have in their treasuries, but I'm not going to trust that they're able to sustain such a downtrend, you know? Like if VRA is still around after these big sort of drawdowns, then sure, I'm going to get back in. But I'm going to be very cautious about anything outside of, you know, your top 20. I'm looking at Bitcoin, for instance, for the B-Wave bounce. I'm looking at Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, Luna, you know, a lot of L1s, DOT. That's pretty much it in terms of fungible assets. Okay, what's Bitcoin doing? It came down. Did it come down to do our pitchfork? Is it reversing here? What's going on? All right, we're already on the 15-minute. Let's go on the 5-minute. Let's see. Before we cut it, looks like it's doing something interesting. Is it reversing? That's the question. We see our typical reversal pattern, right? If it were to nuke, this is where you nuke. Right here, right? You formed your A wave, you formed your B wave, and then you're going to form your C, but then you nuke. But now it looks like it is reversing. Oh, I love longing these reversals right here. I love longing them. But I'm going to be disciplined. And I said what I said, and I'm going to listen to myself. You know, I don't know why it hasn't touched the 786, but I'm going to wait for an impulsive wave before getting in. I'm going to wait for an impulsive wave and then a 2-wave pullback. But I love getting in at the bottom. I really do. It's so satisfying to get in at the bottom of a move. This does look like a reversal to me. Oof. Oh, it's going to take all the discipline in the world not to long this. Ay. All right, that's the stream. Yeah, so be careful, everyone, and hopefully we get our reversal soon. I think we will. All right, take care. See you tomorrow. Oh, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. I always forget to tell you to like the stream. Please like the stream. Thanks. Bye.